Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a team around XL Drifblim. XL Drifblim was actually one of the most common XL Pokemon for the Open Ultra League back in the day when XL was first a thing, but then kinda dipped. So I don't really know if this Pokemon is going to be still good in this meta or not. Actually I won myself, but I haven't tried it out for literally years. So let's take a look at this gameplay here right now and see if this Pokemon still can do something, as you're going to get an attack drop immediately here with a Scald, which is going to be an interesting one to see because now you can farm them down. We're going to see the opponent going here into the Obstagoon, as he can go for another Scald. Doesn't get the debuff now, but you can still go for another charge move, but sadly you use MP here. Actually, you have running the move Blizzard here, which is going to be an interesting one as well. You can go into your Scrafty, which is going to go for one Power Punch. I don't know if this is actually going to knock them out. I think it does, and it does, which is very nice here, as you're going to see the opponent's Scrafty coming in here. You should have went straight for the Power Punch here. There's nothing that you can time really, and this just literally gives you more damage output from the fast move. So like there was no reason really to go not straight for the fast move there. We're going to see now that, Drifblim coming in here. Drifblim is a very, very bulky Pokemon, which is very good to see. As well as you're going to have access to the move Icy Wind, which is also a very good move in general to use here, as you're going to get even bulkier with this one, as you will be able to debuff the opponent's attack stat, which might be very decent for you, as we see here the coverage coming through. Actually, really hope that this Pokemon gets like a Mythical Fire eventually. Like Mythical Fire at least was found in the code recently. Don't know if we're going to know anything further to this for the next few weeks, at least until we have the community day for the Fennekin. Is it Fennekin? Is it the German name? I don't know. I actually don't know. But yeah, we're going to see the opponent going now into a Giratina in the lead. We see a Cresselia coming in, we can go straight to the Drifblim. Drifblim, being a ghost type, will have a super effective damage with the Shadow Ball. You might actually want to go for one Icy Wind first though, but you can also go straight for the Shadow Ball. One Shadow Ball will not be enough to knock them out. I think Icy Wind, maybe, yeah, exactly. Icy Wind plus fast move damage would have been enough to knock them out there. So going for the Icy Wind first in this matchup would allow you to take less damage from the opponent here, and would give you a little bit more farm now as well. We're going to get the shield at least from the opponent. You can still reach the Icy Wind here in time, which would knock out the opponent. Do they want to shield this move up as well? They do, and this is going to be okay for you. You can go ahead. This is going to be... I actually wouldn't have shielded this. Oh, actually, okay, it was fine. This was a future side here. As we see now the Giratina coming in. They don't know about Blizzard. Oh no, they don't know about it. They will never shield this move up. There's no way in hell that they're going to shield this move up, especially if they don't have shields left anyway. So like, how do they want to shield this move up? We're going to see the Blizzard land here, and we're going to see a big boom, as you're going to most likely see something weak to the Tentacruel on the back, but I'm not sure. Let's take a look at this one. We're going to see the opponent swapping out there exactly as I expected. It's going to be the Sylveon in the back. It's always a little bit awkward here to see the German names, which are of course not the same as the English names. So we're going to see here most likely a full farm down, because it's the only way of winning this game here right now. Does this Scald knock out the Giratina? I'm actually not sure about this one right now. Does it knock out the Giratina? It has to knock out at this point of time. I guess it's the only play here. Are they low enough? They were low enough, so okay, this was a great play then, and you will be able to win this game. Horrible lead there. You're going to go into your Tentacruel as a Say Stop, which I guess is actually fine. Like, I kind of don't like Tentacruel as a Say Stop in general, but I feel like in this meta, unless the opponent basically has a Galarian Stunfisk, I want to say, and they literally have a Galarian Stunfisk, or something like a Registeel, that's going to be fine. You're still going to do some decent damage here with his Scald. They have to go for an Earthquake in order to knock you out. A Rock Slide would be not like you would have survived a Rock Slide there. Now we can go for another Scald here, trying to CMP tie. A very decent play by you, as we're going to see not the knockout here, sadly. You're going to let this move go through most likely, because you're going to shield this move up, okay. Why do they go for Earthquake at this point? I don't know. We see the Dragonite coming back in here, and you're going to go for the Scald. Maybe it would have been better. Okay, it would have been definitely better to go for the Scald here then. But it would have been cool if you went for the Blizzard and just one-shot them. But here we're going to see now a Dragon Claw coming through, as the superpower wouldn't make any sense at all. It does do a lot of damage, but you can still take this one pretty easily, as we can see the Icy Wind coming through. Got the final shield by the opponent, as you can still take this Dragon Claw now pretty easily as well, as you can still reach an Icy Wind and knock out the opponent. Drifblim, XL Drifblim is just very, very bulky here. So we're going to see the Machamp in the back is going to be a loss, sadly. There's nothing that you can do about this. Machamp is just a hard counter to Scrafty, of course, and that's going to be a very good game here, as the opponent just goes for a cross chop here. This will knock you out, as the opponent also going to have enough energy to go for another charge move here, which will knock you out as well, which is going to be another cross chop here. Next opponent, let's take a look at this one. We're going to see now Bombersnow in the lead. Very rare Pokemon to face in general in this meta right now, but we see a Gliscor coming in. While Gliscor has access to the move, what's called the Night Slash there, we're going to still be able to go for the double super effective move, Icy Wind. I actually think that you shouldn't have shielded the first one, but I guess like it's okay here. I don't know if you have to shield one in general. Let's take a look at this. I don't think you would have needed to shield one. But here you can still go for one Icy Wind here in order to try to knock the opponent out. They're most likely going to let this move go through. As they can go back into the bombers now, you can go for more Icy Wind spam. Like this Pokemon literally spams those Icy Winds all the way, just going to debuff them all. It's literally the debuff monster of the Ultra League. As you're going to see an Weather Ball coming through here, we can go into the Scrafty and we see the... Yeah, okay, this is just a hard wall team. Honestly, the opponent... I feel really bad for the opponent. There was not a lot that they can do here. We're going to see the swap out immediately into the Tentacruels. We're going to get out the Giratina. I guess here, the Blizzard really does make a lot of sense. Honestly, Blizzard on this Pokemon helps you out way more for the Say-Swap scenario. But you're gonna go for the bait first. It's kind of wild. You're not gonna get the shield with this anyway, but you might be able to still surprise them now. Going for a Blizzard now against the opponent. They most likely not going to shield this, and I think you always need a one-charge move anyway, and yes, you're going to be able to realign. This is such a smart decision to go for Tentacruel with a Blizzard as a Say Swap. I really like this one, honestly. Like here you're going to see the opponent gonna go for one Leaf Blade, which you can let go through. We see the Drifblim coming in here as well, and the opponent is going to forfeit because Rizian, unless it runs Stone Edge, which is pretty rare, you don't really have anything to hit the opponent. Why are they staying in here? Because they have literally no answer for Scrafty. That's amazing. Great team building there. We're going to see the, Drifblim coming in here. Drifblim does own... Not Drifblim. It's so difficult with the names sometimes. I'm sorry. With like English, not English names there, it's kind of awkward to say the name. Trevenant, I want to say. Trevenant coming in here, going to be able to shield up 2 moves, and you're going to catch a charge move, which is going to be for sure the Seed Bomb here, as this is going to be resisted. You need one Icy Wind to definitely knock them out there. Might even not be enough. You're going to shield up the Shadow Ball, which is nice for you. And you're going to see the opponent's Auroras come back in here. Don't know why you swapped out in general there. I don't know if you really needed it, but you can still go for one Shadow Ball here, which is going to do some decent damage. As the opponent going to have to still go for another charge move here, or you're going to die at the same time as the opponent did. And we can see now the opponent coming in most likely into their... Yeah, this is going to be a good game. Yeah, goodbye there. Chestnut was not really having it against this Tentacruel. As you see, a very good lead for you. Seeing also a very good Say-Swap for you here right now, because you're going to be for sure guaranteed to realign your Pokemon here. The Tentacruel here can take any charge move, especially if it's the resisted player here coming in. You can just go for the Scald, trying to get the debuff as well into the opponent. It's going to make this matchup even easier, but sadly you don't get this one. You still can see just the farm down from you here right now. It's going to be an overheat coming your way, only resisted moves from the opponent. You have a ton of energy, but sadly this energy kind of goes to waste here right now. You don't really have anything to hit the opponent's Jellicent. There's literally nothing that you can do here really, but you at least got already the attack drop, which is nice. In comes another Scald. Going to get a no drop here sadly, but you can go ahead and let this move go through here for sure. Going to be the Shadow Ball, going to not knock you out because the opponent undercharged, and you can go for another Scald yourself. Gonna get hopefully another debuff there. That would be amazing, but the opponent mostly, yeah, you're gonna get the debuff, but the opponent going to swap out anyway. And you're now going to see a Charizard against you. It's going to be an interesting one actually. Charizard having access to the move Blast Burn, which they don't go for. They go for the Dragon Claw here. Will do a lot of damage against the Drifblim for sure, but you're going to get the shield immediately. This is amazing. Icy Wind spam is just so strong on this Pokemon. You might want to shield again here, and you're going to shield again. It's going to be another Dragon Claw. But you can go for another Icy Wind in time as well. You're easily going to be able to swipe any charge move from the opponent now, as they are so debuffed here right now. Blast Burn, it's not even a Blast Burn, they're going to go for the Dragon Claw. Why do you swap out here? Like, there's no reason for you to swap out here. Like, honestly, I don't know why you did this. This is going to be a little bit awkward. You're still going to be able to win this game, most likely here right now, but it's still going to be a little bit awkward now, as this didn't really help you out a lot. You needed really the bulk of the Scrafty to survive some serves as well from the opponent's Jellicent. Like, it helped you, like, it still worked out pretty well for you here, don't get me wrong, but it would make way more sense to stay in there with your Drifblim. Drifblim gets one-shot by a Shadow Ball at this range already from the opponent's Jellicent, so it was definitely a more risky play there. We're going to see a bad lead for you, and you went straight into your Drifblim, which will be able to go for the Icy Wind. As the opponent tries to debuff you, you can try to debuff the opponent as well here. As this is going going to be super effective damage, but of course they can go now for one Brave Bird, which is still going to hurt you quite a bit, and I guess it's going to be the move that's coming through. You're going to shield this move up, it's going to be the Brave Bird, and they're going to let either the Pidgeot go down here, or they're going to give you a shield. That's nice, and they're going to swap for whatever reason. This does not really make too much sense together, but you can still go into your Scrafty, which now can boost up and actually is a big threat for the Pidgeot. I don't think that's going to knock out the opponent though, does it? Okay, they're going to shield this move up. Maybe it would have. You're going to let this move go through. It might be a close combat. It is a close combat, but you cannot knock them out in time. But you can just let this move go through here. You can knock them out with that. This is going to be a little bit awkward here. We're going to see here the charge move coming through from you. Most likely it's going to be the Brave Bird. You can farm them all the way down. Oh, please hit the Blizzard. Please hit the Blizzard, or you try to swap onto the charge move. I guess, no, it actually can be a little bit tricky. If they're at 100 energy right now, you're going to lose, but they weren't. Okay, this was nice. So you're going to be able to still win this game here with this Blizzard coming through, going to knock out the first opponent, and the Pidgeot is coming in here right now. Going to be a very good game. Next opponent, let's take a look at this one. We're going to see the Obstagoon Elite, very good one for us here. Is this going to be a great matchup for you? They're going to go ahead and go into their Muck. Muck is going to be a little bit awkward to deal with. You're going to go for one charge move here first, and you don't really know where you want to go into. Yeah, Muck has coverage for both of your Pokemon in the back. So you're going to have here the Thunder Punch coming through, most likely. Going to do some decent damage, as we also have now the incoming Dark Pulse. Actually, Shadow Muck is one of the Pokemon that I really want to still build for the Open Ultra League. So it's most likely going to be one of my next Pokemon to build and maybe make a video about as well. Not for this iteration most likely, but maybe for the next season. I want to see if the move update is going to change anything for this Pokemon. But Muck right now is such a cool Pokemon. Having access to move Dark Pulse and Thunder Punch going to give you basically perfect coverage for the entire meta, other than maybe the Cobalion. Cobalion doesn't really, I guess, not really the ideal one, but Muck as a lead right now, just the normal Muck, maybe even a Shadow version, just might be one of the best ones that you can run in the Open Ultra League right now. We're going to see now the Drifblim coming in, going to have to be a little bit careful with the potential of Dark Pulse coming your way, but you can still go for a charge move in time, going to get the knockout against the opponent. We see the Jellicent coming in. I feel like you either have to bait here, or you have to try to get a good catch in. I don't know really what you're going to do here. We're going to go straight for the Shadow Ball, and the opponent didn't expect this one, allowing you to now swap into your Tentacruel. You can let this move go through. It's going to be a Surf for sure, as we're going to now see the Hex down from you. There's nothing the opponent can do at this point of time. They're going to go for another Surf, but they're going to go down here. Very nice to no bait them there. That was really, really well played. As you're going to see a Cresselia against you. Again, Cresselia can be a little tricky here. You're going to be able to go for the Foul Play in time, which is going to be very nice. Going to weaken them a little bit. Now you should be able to swap out into your Drifblim in time. It's most likely going to be a Moonblast here. It's actually going to be, what's called, forgot the name in English, Grass Knot it was, which is kind of wild. Yeah, you might want to go for the charge move immediately here. You're going to overcharge a little bit too much. This was not really a smartest idea. They're going to not knock you out luckily here, but this is definitely, should have definitely went for the Icy Wind way earlier, as this would have allowed you to put yourself not into a range where they can farm you down. I think they can farm you down now at this range. So it's going to be a little bit awkward. Yep, they're going to go straight for the full farm down. You're still going to save one Icy Wind there, but going for the Icy Wind earlier would have allowed you to force the opponent to go for another charge move here. We're going to see most likely the incoming... They don't run Moonblast. Like, there's no way that they're going to run Moonblast at this point of time. They're running Future Sight plus Grass Knot, which is interesting. Like, this is definitely, there's no way that they are running Moonblast at this point of time. We're going to see the no-shit coming through, so we will never find out, but you can take one charge move here from the opponent's Obstagoon. You're going to shield this move up, though. That's kind of interesting. You might expect them to be weak against you in the back, and it's going to be the... Okay, it's going to be a little bit awkward still. You're going to get most likely both shields from the opponent here. You have an Icy Wind stored, so you might be able to just go ahead and let the Scrafty go down. I think that's the safest play, to just let this Pokemon go down here in general, let them farm you down, go for the Icy Wind immediately as soon as you're going to be able to get into that Pokemon. You're not going to be able to knock them out with that, but you're going to put them into range where you can go ahead and farm them down with the Poison Jab. And I think that's exactly the play that you're going to go here for, and this should also win you the game, hopefully, because I think now 2 Shadow Balls shouldn't be enough to knock out your Tentacruel. First Shadow Ball coming through, there's no way of them winning, and that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!